Hello. You are welcome to Sunday Night Live. My name is Oribi Edmond Tamnabo. I will be your host. As you can see, we're in a new venue because today is a special occasion. Yes, indeed. Today, I am in a wonderful, beautiful studio, and I have with me wonderful people here to carry on the conversation we have today. On my right, I have Dr. Ada, NBE. This is our very own Dr. Ada, and she's here to have this conversation with us. Please greet the people. Just say them hello, hi, that you're glad to.
Hello, everyone. I'm delighted to be here.
Wonderful. And on my left, I have the most prestigious Mr. Enyoma. Please greet the people. Let them know that you're here. Just a little wave.
Thanks for having me again.
You're welcome. You can use your mic as well. Wonderful. So today, as you all know, we've been having the conversation on the book, Thou Shalt Prosper. And, I just pray that we'll all prosper as we're studying this book, because it's been for, we've been studying this for the past, is it almost a month now? The past 3 months. And it's been amazing. And you guys have given us so much feedback. I know you guys have enjoyed the study. And, today is special. And that's why I had these people with me. We'll be having a guest, but that's a special surprise. And when it's time for the guest to appear, you will know that secret, okay? So I'm just going to speak. You recognize Mr. Enyoma. He's been here with us, and we've dissected, we've gone chapter by chapter, we've summarized the book and shared our insights. But the person you've not really seen is Dr. Ada. And fun fact, before she even came here, I heard stories of her being so excited that we're going to study this book. So I want to know from the horse's mouth, what was exciting you about this book? Why were you so excited?
I thought it was an interesting heading when I saw it, Thou Shalt Prosper. So that's from the Bible. So what is this about, So I started reading it, and I thought, wow, this is great. This is so timely, So, it just struck a chord with me. I felt that was the right thing at the right time.
The right time. Is that because you're in that phase of life where you're like, you need to profit? Like you're making, you're doing well, but it's like there's something more. Is it,
Well, a bit of that,
okay.
And a bit of realizing that this is information people need to know.
Yes.
Because the needs are great. It's not just about
especially
meeting
now.
your own needs.
Yeah.
But people are reaching out. They have needs. There's so much good we can do if we have the resources.
Indeed.
So I just felt this is great. We need to equip the church. People need to read this. They need to, get the teachings in them. So I felt it was really good.
Wonderful. So what's your favorite chapter? What's your favorite commandment?
A lot of the chapters were really, it's not like new information as such. There were things I already knew, but I think what was great was the way it was presented. It was presented differently.
Yes.
I loved the chapter on, the very first one was great for laying foundation, understanding that business is good. It's nothing to be ashamed of.
Yes.
Don't feel that it's for some menial people somewhere.
Yes.
You as an academician, you'll be doing, going along the professional line. There's nothing wrong with business. And there was something I posted on my Facebook. I was saying that if we're saying that business is wrong, how come we're all using Amazon?
Oh, yes.
That's a business, and it's doing so much good.
Yes.
I don't know anyone who doesn't use it, So that chapter 1 was really good. The other chapters I really enjoyed was one on retirement. Maybe because I'm...
Very last.
And then the one on giving, but maybe I'll expand on those later on.
Yes, very much later. Thank you so much for that insight. And it's funny you mentioned Amazon. Everyone uses Amazon.
Exactly.
And the book talks about the morality of business. And I'm like, Amazon is serving people, bringing services.
Absolutely.
And they actually create opportunities to make money with them. Actually, because with their affiliate, the other side, the ventures, they give people opportunities to make money, sell there. There's so many things they are doing for people worldwide, not just in it. So that's a moral business right there. Don't you think, Mr. Enyoma?
Yeah, that's it. And Amazon creates that platform for everyone to buy and sell. So what that tells me is that there's really no excuse for anyone to go out there and make money. I remember one of the things that kept coming in during our discussion in our parish was about time. Yeah, so, there was this question that when do we get the time to even start, creating business? I mean, we're all doing 9-to-5 jobs. So when do we have the time? A lot of us are young, have young family. We have children. We're either taking them for football or basketball. So there's really no time for that. So, but what we've come to realize is that, look, if you want to do it, you will do it. You will create time around your family. We're not saying that our family will suffer. We don't want our children to suffer because we're not giving them their attention. No, what we're saying is that even around that, we can actually create time. Yeah, I mean, somebody takes his son for football. He's in the car there. There's Amazon. Like we talked about Amazon, you can actually do something in Amazon while you're waiting for an hour or 2 hours. Yeah, you can actually learn something new. Practically, there's really nothing that you cannot learn online. YouTube. That's why we have all these platforms. So, there's really, just realize there's really no excuse. We can actually create time and create business, create wealth for ourselves. And one of the things that I talked about in that book is about, look, the whole idea of the discussion is, for us to remove that sense of entitlement. There's no free money anywhere. You're not going to sit down and money will just fall from the sky. It just doesn't happen. You have to create value. Okay, and the whole idea of all the commandments from commandment 1 to the last commandment is all about what value am I going to bring so that somebody will buy it. Okay, I'm not sitting down and feeling entitled and sitting down and somebody giving you money. No, there has to be something, a deliberate intent from us to go out there, create value, and make money.
Wonderful. Very well said, Mr. Nyoma. And on that note, we are going to go on a very short break and we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Dreams and visions scattered, and you're broken. back together again.
Why are you? Why are you? Why are you? Why are you?
To improve the world, what they mean is they want to change the world to what their own vision is of what is better. That may not be my vision, and it means that they will use force, political force, and maybe even military force, in order to achieve their vision of a better world. Leave me alone. Stop trying to change my world. You try and improve your finances. And the only way you can improve your finances, if you're not going to use a gun, the only way to do it is to come up with something that is so wonderful for me that I am happy to give you my money in exchange for that commodity or that service. And that's wonderful.
Right. Yeah, I think that's a thread that runs through the book. The principle that wealth creation is actually, having something of value, and people will pay for it, and then therefore there's a transaction possible.
Correct.
Thank you so much. I'll ask you for a few minutes to the folks on the panel. Folks on the panel, you have a question for the rabbi? Why they're coming on? What has been the general reception of the book? I know it's been very successful, but have you felt really fulfilled in the sense that, or probably, overwhelmed by how well it has been received, and perhaps also some criticism, I suppose?
Yeah, for me personally, the book I find wonderful. I believe I had the Lord's help in writing it. The book came out better than I'm ordinarily capable of. It got a lot of criticism from people on the economic left of the spectrum, socialists, including many people of my own faith, attacked the book. Many people attacked the book without reading it. For instance, they argued that my book promotes greed. Well, that is not true. I think greed is not a good thing. It's a bad thing. But I don't think that wanting more money is greed. That's something else entirely. And so the book got criticized by people with whom I would have deep and profound disagreements, philosophically, economically, politically. But other than that, the sales figures speak for themselves.
Very true. Very true. Very true. And for anyone who, if someone's interest is wealth creation, it's a beautiful book. If you're someone who's also interested in terms of economics, how then also there as well. Obviously there's a book talked about the wealth of nations. The World of Nations, and
Adam Smith,
exactly. So the World of Nations, and so and that book is there, and it's still being used. And I believe your book will be that kind of book in always in time to come, at least from a personal perspective. So,
and I love The Wealth of Nations. I think it was an outstanding book, considering that it was written close to the end of the 18th century. It's remarkable.
Yes, so we see this as well, also in that same space. So let's go further now and say, let's examine the first part of the book was trying to show that wealth creation is not evil. It's not evil, but rather wealth creation, business.
Yes, that's right.
It's not evil, but it's actually a good thing. Can you expand a little bit? More on that. And please, those who are on Facebook, on YouTube, please come in with your questions. Please feel to come in with your questions and your comments, and then we'll pass them on to the rabbi. Rabbi will answer all your questions tonight. So send your questions in on Facebook, YouTube. Okay. Go ahead, Rabbi.
So I think the question that I think is a good launching pad for that discussion is really, why is it that countries that were Bible-based outperformed countries that were not Bible-based?